Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Panther kicker Zane Gonzalez has us ready to go, and we are underway here from Bank of America Stadium. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Fighting through. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 6.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Rodgers now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We got 3. We got 3. We got 3.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Here's Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, there goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on.
Darnold on third down. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. 76 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football. Now it's Darnold. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Thomas. Touchdown! Ian Thomas from 8 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here, as Rodgers will not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers being chased out left. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready, too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Off of play action, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of running after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down throw, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the score. And got his man complete. He's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 69 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Toward the pylon, caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Rodgers with a keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
These guys, so they're not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Try to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
To throw is Rodgers. Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
Then that's the thing. The crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.
coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
To throw again is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 16. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Rams nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it to Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Stafford. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Down to the 25. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
3rd and 4.
Stafford now to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Monday.
On first down, Akers. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Look at this, a tight end carry. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ravens 4-yard line.
He's checking crap.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, here's Stafford. This one to the left to Higbee. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee from 6 yards away. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they
they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
Duvernay now going to bring it out.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
15. 1st down, Baltimore.
Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Jackson now. Rolling to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 14, Rams 6.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. On the return is Brandon Powell. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something.
Touchdown, LA! So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
It's complete, and he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Set at the line for this next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Ravens.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup at 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 11 now. To throw is Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a toss running left, Akers. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 142 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Stafford. He's got it. Touchdown. Odell Beckham. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. There he goes left side. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Jackson rolling to his right. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Andrews. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Ravens 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Good catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns, so this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode, had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Akers. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A give, running right is Akers. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Going right back to Akers. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Gay's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
Site that many call the loudest in the NFL. We are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
First carry for James Conner. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep them